Hello, welcome to our classroom. Colleague just talking with colleague in the other classroom. Now we are staying in this classroom with Shane. And thank you, Shane, being asked today to answer a lot of questions because many parents just trying to ask me every day. And Shane, can you introduce yourself first?
Yeah, thank you. So my name's Shane Leaning. So I'm assistant head of primary at this school. So part of my role, as well as being a teacher, is working across the whole school for strategy and to ensure that students are learning the best.
Yeah, since we are in the year 1 classroom now, can you give us an idea what will the school day, normal school day looks like?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi guys, sorry. Yeah, cheers.
Yes, so normal school day here, I guess you would see busy and lots of things going on in this building, especially with the year 1s running around. Mm-hmm. The way we do learning at our school is a lot of topic-based learning, so there's usually quite exciting, engaging topics that the students are really enjoying and embedded in their learning. You can see here they've been learning in the year 1s recently about the Queen's hat, which is this amazing story of a Queen's hat goes missing in London and they go on a travel. So the students have been engaged in where might the hat be, learning about the geography of the UK and of London, and then bringing it to Guangzhou. So totally engaged in their learning. I think that's the first thing you probably notice.
Oh, that's nice. I think the students are really engaged and involved in the classroom activities every day. And any other area students can join in a normal curriculum and course?
Yes, yeah. So in the classroom, as I mentioned, there's this great topic-based learning. Mm-hmm. So within that topic, students have got an area and they'll look at the geography and the history and the science all around that learning. And that's in addition to English and maths. But outside of the main classroom, we're also so lucky to have a team of great specialists at the school. So we've got...
yourself included.
maybe me. So we've got some fantastic music teachers who are Juilliard trained. So this is really great for our students. They get to go every week to a music specialist and really engage in that kind of music learning, which is something that's actually quite different to many British schools in the UK where the classroom teacher does this. We're so lucky to have those specialists. In addition, we've also got PE specialists, which is really fantastic. So the students get to go and practice their sports and do their activities with these specialist teachers.
I realized that I didn't ask that when we were in the other classroom. What does that look like? Are they having art class every day? Is it every other day? Or how are those specialist teachers coming into the schedule?
So what's great is it's quite flexible. So across a primary school, it's all about the whole child and it's all about the topic. So we try to make it as flexible and integrated as possible. So some weeks there's maybe more art projects going on. Some weeks the students are going to be kind of engaged in science and experiments in that kind of way. In other weeks there might be geography and students are outside kind of mapping. It all depends on where they're learning, and we try to follow the child and follow their interests for learning. So yeah, changes.
Oh, okay, that's good. Cool. Yeah, I can understand why the child are so enthusiastic come to here. And another question is because some part of our children, students are not from English-speaking country. What can we do to help them if they are from the Chinese background or non-English country background?
Yeah. So hopefully I can answer that because this is my specialism. So we have a really fantastic program here for students who are new to English. Mm-hmm. We're a very inclusive school. Our program's called SEALs actually, and you can see in many of the classrooms these little seal animals actually that the students connect with. But SEALs stands for Specialist English as an Additional Language Support. And we're really proud of that here actually, because we have some amazing specialist English teachers who come into the classroom to support the students who need that extra support to access the demands of the British national curriculum, because we have high expectations, but also to take them out of the classroom sometimes to do kind of intensive functional English language lessons. So we have a broad approach with co-teaching and with kind of withdrawal to ensure that those students don't fall behind and that they can quickly catch up. And we see some amazing language progress in this school. Some of our highest results are students who started with very little English.
Oh, that's good. That will help them to build up the confidence very soon, I think.
Yeah.
And since North Anglia International School in Guangzhou, it's early years and primary school. So can you tell me more about the early years?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, early years is fundamental. We see it as absolutely fundamental here. We have those kind of high academic standards right at the end at GCSE and A levels, and it all starts in the early years. And our early years teachers are really proud at kind of delivering an education that's about developing the whole child. So in our early years setting, if you walked into a class, you'd see a lot of play-based learning, so kind of students learning through play. There's big focus on like their personal, their social and their emotional development, which is really fantastic, as well as actually starting them on an academic journey. So in our early years, we're really proud. We run a phonics program called Read, Write, Ink. That's an internationally recognised British phonics program, which starts them in the first stages of reading. So we're putting the building blocks in place for them to be academically successful later on.
Colette was showing some of that in her classroom. It was really impressive, actually, and that the year ones are already starting into like multiplication and these sort of things. It's fantastic,
yeah. That's right. And language development is so key. This classroom we're in now is one of our SEALs classes. You can see all behind me the early language that they're kind of building up to go forward.
Oh, I can understand that. Other than the early years, and especially like what you just saying, the primary years is a very vital time for build up the whole child. But any specialized thing we will do for helping the child to develop the academic foundation during the primary years?
Yeah, I think that's really important. And we have those kind of high academic expectations at the end, and in primary that's all about developing the whole child, but with those strong academics. So our students every day are engaged in reading and writing and maths as kind of the core of what of the British curriculum, and we follow some programs of studies that are very well known and very good in the UK. We also, in terms of assessment, our teachers are actually very good at constantly assessing what's going on in the classroom and what the students are doing. So the British system is a little bit different to other systems. It's very child-centred. So our teachers are very good at looking at what is that child able to do now, and what's their individual next step, and how do I kind of build on their success that they're showing in the classroom. And they do that every day with we call it formative assessment. It's kind of assessment all the time. But at the same time, our students perform really well in standardised assessments. We use some standardised assessments which compare to the UK and international, and our students are always on average kind of outperforming those international and the British trends, which is really, really fantastic. And it's that great support. And remembering that, many of our students are bilingual. Like, this is amazing, like what they can achieve. Even though most of our students are doing this in their second language, is just incredible. I'm inspired.
I understand. And because we have a test, and for the information, will the parents get any assessment reports? For how often will they get it?
Yeah, so we share very, very often with parents. In fact, parents are always welcome to contact their teacher, because primary, we're lucky, there'll be one point of contact, a classroom teacher who really supports the learning of the child. So parents are constantly in contact, whether that be at the end of the day, they pop into the class to have a chat over email. But we also have a rigorous report system. We have parent-teacher consultations formally that happen throughout the year to discuss progress. And we also report it, and we're very proud that we report against age-related British expectations. So you will always know where kind of your child is doing in related to their age and where they should be at, and you can see that progress quite clearly in our reports.
I understand now. Corey, do you have any question?
I'm curious, because a lot of your answers are matching up perfectly with Colette's, especially because she talked about when she was doing assessments, keeping a book and keeping tabs on every student and those sort of things, which identified a really personalized kind of style of education for each, as you're saying, and the child focus. Your specialty, though, is the SEALs for our school and that English language development. And you mentioned that some of the experts are coming into the class and sometimes we're taking the students out.
Yeah.
What does that look like when someone comes in and joins a class?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, so we have that all the time actually. We're an international school, and that means we've got change. We've got parents who are moving to the city and joining. So we're very kind of adept at responding to that. And classroom teachers are very, very used to it. So we will always have, the child will always have met with somebody from the school in the admission stage.
Yes.
Like I'm lucky enough to meet with most of the children who are starting at the school. And then we have a transition program when they come into the classroom, so that they usually would be paired up with a buddy, for example, in the classroom who might help them. We also have a scheme in school called the Young Interpreters. This is a student leadership position, so we have young interpreters in the school who are trained up in how to support new English arrivals in our school, and they'll buddy up, they'll find you on the playground and they can help the new students. And that's an amazing thing, our students actually leading on that support. And that's in addition to what the teachers do and the other support mechanisms that are in place.
I understand. And thank you sharing today and answering me so many questions. And if you guys have any questions, just write to us in email.
Yeah, you're a star. Thank you so much for helping us out today.
That was great.
No, it was great. And I'm sure our parents have lots of questions. They can throw that in there. We'll help answer too during the Q&A.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.